Use iron plant in the special economic zone at Dukhum is signed. The state public budget records a surplus of 372 million Omani riyals by end of February 2023. And the Ministry of Commerce, Industry and Investment Promotion stresses the increase of the commercial exchange last year between the Sultanate of Oman and the world countries, with more than 41% to exceed 40 billion Omani riyals. Those are the headlines, and now the news in detail. His Highness Sayyid Shihab bin Tariq Al Saeed, Deputy Prime Minister for Defence Affairs, received in his office at Al Mutafa camp His Excellency Mehmet Hakim Orit, Ambassador of the Republic of Turkey, accredited to the Sultanate of Oman. During the meeting, the two sides reviewed the existing bilateral relations between the Sultanate of Oman and the Republic of Turkey and ways of enhancing them. His Excellency General Sultan Ahmed Amani, Minister of Royal Office, received Her Excellency Imelda Padaluna, Ambassador of the Republic of the Philippines, accredited to the Sultan of Oman, to bid her farewell at the end of her mission. Her Excellency, the Ambassador of the Republic of Philippines, expressed her pride and appreciation for the cooperation she received from all officials in the Sultanate of Oman. Praising the strong bilateral relations binding the two friendly countries from his turn, His Excellency, the Minister of Royal Office, thanked Her Excellency for the efforts she exerted to enhance the existing relations between our country and the Sultanate of Oman. The State Council Office reviewed during its meeting a number of studies and proposals. The office also reviewed the status report on the State Council decisions and past activities. The meeting was headed by His Excellency Sheikh Abdul Malik bin Abdullah Al Khalili, Chairman of the State Council. The Public Authority for Special Economic Zones and Free Zones signed a Memorandum of Understanding, MOU, to establish a reduced iron plant in the Special Economic Zone at Dukhum. The MOU was signed by His Excellency Dr. Ali bin Masoud Al Sinaidi, Chairman of the Authority for Special Economic Zone and Free Zones. More details in the following report.
The Public Authority for Special Economic Zones and Free Zones signed a Memorandum of Understanding with Kobe Steel, the leading Japanese company in the iron industry, and Mitsui and its Japanese partners, Ltd., to establish a reduced iron plant in the Special Economic Zone at Dukhum.
We are very excited to witness the signing ceremony of a new addition to Sultanate Oman and to the Special Economic Zone in Dukhum. This particular project, where it's going to transit from gas later on into green hydrogen, allows us to create a cluster of green products in Dukhum to the world. What makes Dukhum in particular of great interest to this kind of projects that we were able to attract over the last few years is that it has a vast area, about 2,000 square kilometers, out of which about 450 square kilometers are serviced land within the area of Port of Dukhum. What also makes Dukhum very interesting for this kind of project is that its proximity to where production of green hydrogen, green energy from renewables, from the sun and from the wind. And that's making Dukhum right now a very competitive place. We were very happy to see such great market players like Mitsui and Kobe Steel to choose Dukhum as a base for their new production facility.
The Mitsui Kobelco project is essential for us, as this is a huge steel project, green steel project, that will allow On the one side, the confirmation that foreign investors are coming to the port of Duqm in large scale, which is very important. Secondly, with the development of the infrastructure for the port, Mitsui Kobelco project will have, on the one hand, a very big land for the processing plant that will come, and on the second part, dedicated quay wall that will allow the company to import their raw material and export their finished products.
The two companies also signed a land reservation agreement with Duqm Port Company and another memorandum of understanding with the central utilities company Marafiq to supply the project with electricity and water.
Well, this project is very important for mainly steel industries because we produce HBI for a reduction of carbon footprint from the steel industry. And from other aspect, for example, for Oman, I think this is also very important because this project will create huge, economic, benefit and also job creation. And also, this is very much in line with Oman Vision 2040 because we will use in future hydrogen as the reducing agent for the production of HBI.
So Mitsui have a strong relationship with the Oman, so we have established a track record of the E&P, LNG and IPP in Oman, and we are very excited in this project opportunity to establish the green hydrogen's metallics project in the port of Duqm.
The project is expected to produce 5 million tons of reduced iron annually, which is characterized by low carbon dioxide using the commercially and technically proven Medrex technology in this field.
The state public budget recorded a surplus of 372 million Omani Riyals by end of February 2023 compared to 210 million Omani Riyals in February last year. The fiscal performance report released by the Ministry of Finance showed revenue increased by 12%, amounting to 2.14 billion Omani Riyals, whereas public expenditure by the end of February this year reached 1.77 billion Omani Riyals, recording an increase by 4% of the actual expenditure during the same period of last year. The annual media meeting of the Ministry of Commerce, Industry and Investment Promotion came to highlight the Ministry's achievements the past year. More details in the following report.
To highlight recent efforts and achievements as well as frame them in terms of statistics and numbers, the annual media meeting of the Ministry of Commerce, Industry and Investment Promotion was held today with the presence of His Excellency Qais bin Mohammed Al Yusuf, Minister of Commerce, Industry and Investment Promotion, alongside of many other officials of the ministry.
I think it's very important that we showcase these plans to the world, that we highlight the importance of ensuring that global value chains are maintained, sustained and supported in order to realize these and other plans that we've got in the Sultanate of Oman.
The meeting revealed and highlighted some main figures such as 48 different initiatives and work in progress to launch 50 new investment opportunities in the industrial sector for the current year. The initiatives came in commercial and industrial sectors with aims to protect competition, prevent monopoly, promote investments, and build upon standards and specifications. Many important aspects were also displayed, such as the development of the Omani trademark, works of the Unified National Investment Strategy, finding ready investment opportunities through Nazdahir program, enhanced client service, and the development of current investor residency offers, as well as much more, all topped with the Sultanate of Oman's participation in the G20 dialogues with an invitation from the Republic of India.
We are very fortunate this year for Oman to be a guest country, one of the 8 guest countries during this year's G20 cycle. As many of you will know and your audience will know, the G20 looks at a number of very important areas concerning whether it's related to the growth of the global economy, whether it's related to international trade more generally, or regulation of international capital markets.
The meeting also shared statistics on trade volume between the Sultanate of Oman and the world that exceeded 40 billion Omani riyals by the end of last year, with around 990,000 processed transactions during the past year on Invest Easy portal. Ministry of Commerce, Industry and Investment Promotion in this media meeting has focused on the most recent achievements and enhancements that have been made. One of them to be as an outstanding achievement, the participation of the Sultanate of Oman in the G20 dialogues. For Oman TV, Ahmed bin Hilal al-Busaidi, Muscat.
Still to come, a news bulletin. A number of wilayas in South Al-Batna Governorate witnesses varied intensity rainfalls. Welcome back to the news. As part of the program for Ramadan activities and events, the Oman Chamber of Commerce and Industry branch in the Governorate of North Al-Batna organized the first partnership forum for entrepreneurs. A forum focused on business issues, including proposals for economic development. Participants discussed in the forum economic projects needed for the Governorate of North Al-Batna and highlighted the challenges facing small and medium enterprises. The forum reviewed the first quarter report and highlighted the role of North Batna Governor's Office in supporting the private sector and enhancing partnership and collaboration between the public and private sectors. The forum was held under the auspices of His Excellency Mohammed bin Sulaiman al-Kindi, Governor of North Batna. The Ministry of Endowment and Religious Affairs launched a dedicated endowment share program for Jabal Al-Akhdar Zakat Committee. The new endowment program aims at developing endowed assets and capitalizing its contribution in the Wilaya of Jabal Al-Akhdar in order to secure sustainable charity projects by engaging the local members of the community. The launching ceremony was held under the patronage of His Excellency Dr. Mohammed bin Saeed Al-Ma'mari, Minister of Endowments and Religious Affairs. A number of wilayas in the South Batna Governorate witnessed varied intensity rainfall. Wilayas of Rustaq and Al-Awabi witnessed moderate to heavy rains, which caused wadis and tributaries to overflow. Moderate rain fell in parts of the wilaya of Nakhal and Wadi Al-Ma'awil. Here is a report on scenes of the wadis of Wadi Bani Rustaq, Bani Auf. A group of youth dedicating their time and efforts to demonstrate some daily life aspects from Wilaya of Sur and then presented them to the viewers in their creative way. Our crew visited them to know more about their works and came out with the following report.
These youngsters dedicated their time and efforts in highlighting the features and details of day life reality in the Wilaya of Sur, such as working on Hilya and Zainat Kharoufa programs and other programs that are supported by some private organizations.
The idea of these programs came from motivating the same family members, olds and youngs, to sit together and watch the program that connect the current generation with their cultural heritage.
The content of these programs takes us to show the cultural aspects of the wilaya in the form of awareness programs and competitions throughout the holy month of Ramadan and for several years since the beginning of Corona pandemic until today.
The working in this program has given us an experience in dealing with the professional programs through the camera and editing. And we give the community the positive messages through the programs.
The crew of these programs believe that using the latest technologies, social media, and preparing meaningful programs is a major key in enriching the knowledge and instill values in the individuals. Sultan bin Saif Sarai, from South الشرقية Governorate, Wilaya of Sur.
This is the Sultan of Oman Television. Before tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. A memorandum of understanding to establish a reduced iron plant in the Special Economic Zone at Duqm is signed. The state public budget records a surplus of 372 million Oman Riyals by end of February 2023. And the Ministry of Commerce, Industry and Investment Promotion stresses the increase of the commercial exchange last year between the Sultan of Oman and the world countries with more than 41% to exceed 40 billion Omani Riyals. And with that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin from overseas newsroom in the studios. Good night.